Hey guys, it's Oggy again with another video. I thought this time I'd go over some of my reefing rules. I've got 10 quick rules that I think every reefer should follow to have great success in this hobby, and this is just what I've learned from about my year of experience of being in this hobby. Oh, there's a little seahorse now. Rule number 1, test. Test your aquarium, guys. Test when you have your cycle to make sure it's ready for fish and livestock. Test when you have a new tank, because new tanks go through so many parameter swings, you just don't realize it. When you add lots of corals or if you add lots of fish, also make sure to test your water because your parameters can change. Calcium alkalinity consumption can go up and nitrates and phosphates can also go up. Also, when you test, you determine your daily consumption. And finally, of course, you should test when you feel like something's off. If many corals are closed up or if just some corals don't look like they're supposed to, there's generally an issue. Some people may not agree with me on this one, but guys, take it slow, just relax and enjoy your tanks. Tanks fill up faster than you think. I have 2 tanks right now and they're both getting fast rapidly, and now I have to slowly choose the special corals and fish I'd like to keep because my tanks are getting filled up. Another thing is, only bad things happen fast in this hobby, so if you guys decide to dose a bunch of things at once, then you pretty much guarantee for something bad to happen when you try to get your levels up way too fast. Or once again, adding too many corals or fish at the same time, also bad things can happen. You guys need to let the tank mature, don't rush into things. Start off with easier to keep corals if you're a newbie, then move your way onto LPS, and then after a couple of months try SPS. Just do some beginner corals, some Monties, see if you can keep those, just don't rush into it. Let the tank mature before you're ready for SPS, and before you're ready for anemones and certain fish like mandarin gobies that need copepods to survive. Research. Do your research, guys, it will save you so much time, money and frustration, and it also decreases the possible loss of livestock. Do your research before you get certain corals. What do they need? What kind of flow? What kind of lighting? Just like with fish, or for example seahorses, what kind of temperature do they need? What kind of food do these guys need? What kind of habitat? Figure out what you need before you buy, especially when you're looking at equipment, and always look to the future. If there's a possibility that you'll ever get a big tank, let's just face it, most of us really will want one and may get one day. It's always better to go undersized and run it at a lower power, so that way your equipment will last longer anyway. But do your research, look out for bargains, check many sites, and just make sure you know what you're buying before you do it, because this hobby is expensive. Once again, you don't want to be wasting your money on crap. Maintenance. Guys, maintain your pumps, your skinner, clean the dust off your lights, clean your sand, blow off your rocks, clean off your reactors, do water changes. Stay on top of these things, keep on top of your maintenance, change your filter socks. Doing this will increase the chance of success in this hobby, and it'll also increase the overall look of everything, and it will make everyone happier and it will make you stress less. The next thing is stability. Pick parameters that suit your tank. Every tank is different, just try to keep in within the accepted range. For example, I run my tank at 450 calcium, 9 DKH, and 1350 to 1400 mag. Although these are very perfect, my stability and my temperature is very poor. My temperature constantly goes up when it gets hot here because I can't afford a chiller and my air conditioning unit's not big enough for where I live. So therefore, as you guys can see, my beautiful green stag coral has suffered a bit of bleaching, but he's slowly starting to come back. Actually, a couple of my corals have suffered bleaching, which really sucks, but it's finally starting to cool down here, and with the temperature decrease, my colours are starting to come back because I try to keep as stable as possible environment. So that's a lesson that I should have learned before. If you can't keep the stability or the parameters of the creatures you own, you probably shouldn't have them. But I just love SPS so much. I know I'm going to get around to getting a chiller, guys. Keep a list. I would miss so much equipment maintenance and dosing and feeding on this tank if I didn't keep a list. Guys, this makes your life so much easier. I know it's a hassle to print this out or just write it up, but it has saved me so many times. I would go months on end without cleaning things just for not knowing. Keep one of these, it will seriously increase your success in the hobby. Try and choose healthy livestock. I think it's always a good idea to try to choose healthy livestock because it just increases the general chances of things in your tank surviving. This hobby is already hard enough, there's no need to try to battle bleaching coral or sick fish. Also, try to buy from someone you trust, or at least a reputable dealer, where people have bought from these guys before, have a good history or customer service and have had good experience before, this will also increase your chance of getting good. Check your equipment. Things break unexpectedly or at least need cleaning to function. For example, my skimmer, guys. This thing stopped functioning last night because I didn't follow my own advice, I didn't check my list, and I didn't maintain it. I didn't clean the damn thing, and it stopped skimming. Now, all I had to do was put it in some white vinegar, let it soak overnight, and clean the thing out. And guys, I think a skimmer is a super important part of my equipment, and it's one of the main reasons one of my tanks looks so great and healthy. It also helps keep pH stable and etc. Another thing that happened to me is one of these hoses burst on my two little fishes reactors. That's why you see it running so slow, because I have this crappy hose here which is kinked over. I'm just waiting for a replacement part. So guys, try to check your equipment. Make sure your ATO isn't clogged up with calc. Make sure your skimmers are running. Make sure your reactors are getting water through them. Make sure your lights are working and you don't have any general leaks. Trust yourself and trust your instincts. Only do what you're comfortable with. Don't take someone else's advice if you think it's fishy. If you think you're doing the right thing and your corals look healthy and you don't see any ill effects and you've been doing it for a long time, there's probably no real reason to change it up. If you go to LFS and they tell you to start adding wrasses that need to, or tangs that need to be in a 100+ gallon tank or a 4-6 foot tank, whatever, and they tell you it's fine to put in your 30 gallon or your tiny little cube, don't listen to those assholes. They're just trying to get your money. So trust yourself. When something doesn't seem right, when a coral you're not sure about, you're not sure if you can keep, is really expensive and there's someone trying to push on you, just don't buy it. Once again, do your research, trust yourself, save yourself the hassle and the heart. Take time to look at your tanks. Look at the corals that you've got, look at how they've grown, look at how they react. Just enjoy it. Turn your losses into lessons and don't turn them into deterrents, because that's just something that will happen in this hobby. It's exciting, it's new, we don't know everything about it, but any loss you take it as a lesson. Do something different to make it work. Thanks guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video.